So everybody literally copies everyone, like especially within the online space. Everyone is copying everyone, and that means you're gonna have the same niche, same content styles, same prices, same offers, literally the same everything. And so, how can you kind of expect to get better results? Like everybody wonders why they're not getting to where they want to be. They're wondering why they're not getting this many clients. Not wondering why they're not making this much money when they're just copying everyone. Like how can you expect better results than that person that you're copying when you're just literally copying exactly what they're doing? Like when you look the same as everybody else, well, when you're posting the same exact content, when you've got the same exact niche, same offer, and you're just posting boring generic content that doesn't relate to anyone. Like if you've got the same niche and if you copied someone's niche, if you've got the same niche as every other person out there, then that's the thing. The niche itself is going to be the thing that kind of holds you back because you post content about your niche, your offers for your niche, your messaging and the way you speak is for your niche. You know what I mean? So your niche is literally everything. And so if you're copying people's niche, if you have the same niche, there's thousands of other people out there, if not millions. Like the only way that you can compete on actually getting clients is literally by price. Like let's say you've got the same niche, same offer, right? And there's another person over here who's got the same niche and same offer. And let's say your offer is $100 per month, for example. Let's say the person over here with the same niche, same offer is also charging $100 a month. Let's say that person over here lowered their price to $80 a month. People are going to go for this option here because it's the exact same fucking offer, and so the only way to be different is by price. And that's why people and most coaches are stuck in this low price, low ticket loop because they think that, yeah, I'll just look at the same. I'll just copy that guy. I'll do this. I'll post the same content as him. I'll do this, that. But then the only way they can be different is by lowering their price. And that's the only way that they can get clients. And so that's why like that business model is so broken because you're stuck in this constant loop of having to charge low fucking prices that will not get you anywhere. And that's a broken business model. So to stand out, it's not about just coming up with content ideas on the spot. It's not about finding the next big thing and it being yours. It's about actually being intentional with what you're doing. So again, it all comes down to your niche. If I'm being honest, like if we think about it deep, you being different all comes down to your niche, right? Your niche is literally everything. Like I said, it's your content, it's the offer you've got, and everything like that. I had to move the camera there, sorry, but yeah, like I was saying, like the main thing then to kind of stand out is your content and obviously your niche. Your niche is going to be the thing that determines what your content's like, what your offer's like, and that type of thing. So to be different, you need to look at your niche first. And even if you have a niche, sometimes you might not even be able to be different. And that's because you're just copying everyone else's content anyway. Let's say you have a specific niche. Let's say you're a fitness coach and you are obviously like targeting like busy business owners or busy professionals or something like that. You might still be copying other people's content. You know what I mean? So you need to just stand out and actually be different. And the worst part about copying somebody else is that it not only kills your business and obviously kills your clients and lead flow, it's also that you're copying people who are also copying people as well. So you're not even copying the original piece of content because that is actually all right. You're copying a copy, which is the thing that is killing your business because it's been used that many times, which that's going to make it look like every other coach out there or every other person on the in the online space, meaning the only thing that you can differentiate on and be different on is your price. And that's exactly why you're having to charge a low fucking price. And so standing out and actually being different isn't about being louder, posting more, doing more work or anything like that. It's just about being that fucking specific with your niche that the people that see your content literally think this guy's reading my mind. Like you need to understand your niche and who you're speaking to and who your offer is made for to the point where you can literally speak about their content and they think, what the fuck is this guy reading my mind? That is what your content should be like. You need to understand their pains, goals, problems, desires, everything about them. You need to do that much deep market research to the point that you understand what their problems are. Because like, just think about it. If you understand anyone's problem, like you're gonna be able to sell them anything. You know what I mean? And your content obviously isn't selling. It's just making people aware of the problems. And that's what your content should do, make people aware, not try and sell them through your content. You need to make them aware first, and then obviously your middle of funnel content, so your content that gives value and stuff like that. That's the content that nurtures people. And so, like I said, the main way to stand out is by actually understanding the specific things that your niche and your ideal client profiles actually go through. So understanding their pains, their goals, their problems, their desires. their struggles, their everyday things. You know what I mean? I was speaking with a fitness coach yesterday, and he was like, I gave him the example of like his niche is too broad, and I gave him the example of this, right? Let's say you targeted busy business owners, right? You can speak about things within your content that they go through. For example, I was speaking with a fitness coach literally like 2 days ago, and his niche is dads, like busy dads, and obviously that type of thing, right? And so I was speaking to him, and he was saying like, I'm not attracting dads, I'm not really attracting the right types of people, and my content isn't actually getting me leads. And I said to him, I took a look at his page and I said, you're speaking, like, you're giving too much value. You're giving tips. You're giving all these free workouts for dads. Instead, you need to speak about the problems that you've faced as a dad, because that coach was a dad himself. You need to speak about those problems that you've been through, because the dads that are watching your content are more than likely going to be going through those problems that you've been through, and you've solved those problems. So they're going to come to you for the solution, right? And so what I'm basically saying is, you need to speak about your lived experiences about that niche. So your niche does need to be something that you kind of can relate to. So you need to speak about your experiences that those people that you're targeting have been through, and then they're naturally going to want to know how to kind of fix that problem, fix those experiences, and then naturally they're going to come to you, ask you how you did it, and then that's your offer. That is literally your offer. Your offer needs to be tailored around your specific niche, around your ICP, and it needs to be something that genuinely helps them with past experiences, or just something that obviously helps them with what it is that niche is. You know what I mean? Like that fitness coach, he's going to be helping dads be the role model their kids need, and so that's what he's selling them on. He's selling them on the past experiences and stories that he wasn't the role model that his kids needed. And so when people watch his content, they're going to want to be that role model. And then the people watching his content are going to be like, how can I become that role model? And that's literally his offer. That's the thing that's going to help his audience and the dads viewing his profile and his content to be the role model that they want to be, because he's selling people through his story, not just on the things they get within his offer or just speaking or copying other people. You need to speak about your story, and that's what your niche should be, something that you can actually relate to. So the coaches who are actually like getting clients and who are actually winning, they're not doing more work, they're not doing more content, they're not doing this, that. They're just more specific on who they're actually talking to and who their content is actually for. And I probably know the reason you're copying other people. It feels safe and it's easy to do. Obviously, you're probably obviously very busy. You want to get content out there, but you want to do it as efficiently as possible. So what you do is you just look at other people's posts and think, yeah, that would work for me, and you just do it, and it takes 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Obviously, you want content shouldn't be a task on your to-do list. I've been saying this a lot in my content for the past few weeks, and that's because it's true. It shouldn't be a task on your to-do list. Your content is the most important thing. It's your first impressions, and it's the thing that's actually going to get people to come through the door into calls and into clients. You know what I mean? So you need to actually spend time on content. The main two things that you should be doing and spending most time on is your clients and on your content. That is fucking it, because those are the things that are going to get you more clients. And it's so simple. Like, if you're not focusing on content, if you're just rushing content, then that's the bottleneck in your business. A lot of coaches I speak to, they don't understand the things that are holding them back, but they're sat there rushing content and treating it like a task on your to-do list. That's the bottleneck. So before I end this video, I want to leave you with this one piece of value. I want you to ask yourself this one question before you create any piece of content. And that is, will this piece of content make my niche or my ICP feel like I'm reading their mind? Because when you ask yourself that, and you look back at the piece of content that you're about to make, or you look back on the content you've already made, and it doesn't speak directly to that person, it doesn't feel like you've read their mind, then they're not going to care. You need to make sure that you understand your niche and your ideal clients on a deep level, to the point where your content feels like you're literally reading their mind. And that is literally it. That's all your content needs to do. And that's how you're going to be able to stand out, by actually understanding the people that you actually want to work with.